Welcome back to the channel. My name's Tom, and today I'm taking a look at Spirit Christmas in North Dartmouth, Massachusetts, which is fittingly located in a former Christmas tree shop. Spirit Christmas is the Christmas version of Spirit Halloween, and if you've never heard of it before, that's because this is the first year it's been open, and there are only 8 locations in the entire US, all of them being in the Northeast, which is luckily where I live. So now come along with me and my mom, and let's take a look around. And don't forget, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. I've got a lot more store walkthroughs, mall videos, and of course flea market videos coming up. Thanks. And of course, no Spirit Christmas would be complete without animatronics. Sadly, only 1 out of the 3 they had set up here was actually working. Here's the Grinch, and he was not working. Not sure what he would have done if he was, though. I'm guessing his head might have moved, and he probably said something. And then this reindeer was also not working. Looks like that is $179. And then we have the Nutcracker, and he was working. They had this little post office here where you could fill out little postcards that are on the other side and send them to Santa. That's kind of neat. And you might have noticed I did have to remove the background audio and replace it. The reason is they were blasting copyrighted holiday music here, including some Mariah Carey songs, which actually got the video not only demonetized, but blocked. So it wouldn't even show up. They had a pretty good selection of snow globes. They've got ones from Elf, Mickey Mouse, A Christmas Story, Frosty the Snowman. I was kind of interested in this Christmas Story leg lamp one, but they're asking $45, which seems a little bit steep to me for a snow globe. These are actually candles based on the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer TV special from the 60s. Don't see that too often. They were asking $12.99 each, and they had one of Hermie, Bumble, and Rudolph. And these big candles are $17.99. And for some reason, they had a huge selection of soap dispensers, which were mostly about $19.99 each. Never knew soap dispensers were so popular around Christmas. Now, just a heads up, starting at about 4 minutes 10 seconds into the video, some of these sweaters get very adult oriented and could be considered offensive to some people. So if you don't want to see that, or especially if you have young kids in the audience that can read, I would say skip ahead to about 7 minutes 18 seconds into the video and you should be safe. Personally, none of them really offended me, but they're not something I would ever wear in public. I thought these were kind of neat, even though they are pretty darn creepy. And down here they have a light-up statue of Jack Skellington from A Nightmare Before Christmas. They're asking $60 for this. If you're into signs, they have a pretty decent selection here. A lot of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Now this is the part of the video where the potentially offensive sweaters start. Not all of them are offensive, but some of them could definitely be considered offensive, as you'll see. Now this one is not. This is the leg lamp from A Christmas Story. They're asking $70 for that. Here's another popular Christmas movie, Christmas Vacation. I remember I actually saw that in the theater with my mom and grandmother. And there's a Bob Ross sweater. That is probably the exact opposite of offensive. The ones coming up, though, that's another story. And because I don't want YouTube demonetizing the video, I'm not going to say out loud what the sweaters say. You'll just have to read them for yourselves and make up your own mind as to whether you think they're appropriate for Christmas. If you're a fan of South Park, you definitely know what this one's all about. And here's some Rick and Morty sweaters. And they also had a huge selection of Christmas hats, as well as a lot of stuff that just seemed to be left over from Spirit Halloween, because none of that stuff on the top row really seems related to Christmas, but that's okay. And more hats. And more sweaters. This is definitely the biggest selection of so-called ugly sweaters that I've ever seen in one place before. So if that's what you're looking for, definitely come on out. Gangsta Rapper. I like that one. That's a good one. And while this is Spirit Christmas, they do have a very, very small selection of Hanukkah-related items. And of course, one of those is an ugly sweater that is potentially offensive to some people. Needless to say, I would not recommend wearing any of these to your Christmas party at work. It's probably not a good idea. What this one has to do with Christmas, I have no idea. I also have no idea how these two companies came up with the idea to collaborate. That's just the last thing I would have ever imagined. And of course they have some costumes. Nowhere near as many as they do when they're Spirit Halloween, of course. These costumes are $69.99. And if you're not into ugly sweaters, they do also have some ugly t-shirts. The shirts are $14.99. These costumes here kind of look like the ones that the elves were wearing in A Christmas Story when Ralphie goes to meet Santa. Very similar. Sadly, I miss Santa. This was filmed on a Wednesday at about 2 p.m., and as you can see, there's barely anybody here. So I'm honestly not sure how successful this Spirit Christmas experiment has been. Luckily, they also do have a kids section over here, so if you don't want to bring your kids over to the ugly sweater section, then they've got you set here as well. Alright, hopefully I can play a little of this without getting a copyright claim. Oh, jeez. It moves. He tried to move himself off the shelf. Thought these were kind of neat. Not exactly traditional, but that effect is pretty cool. The one thing I didn't see, and I might have missed them, was traditional Christmas trees. They did have these weird iridescent ones, though. And then this is where you can send the postcard to Santa. And then, of course, we've got the inflatable Christmas decoration section. I don't know about you, but I've always preferred the traditional plastic decorations over these inflatable ones. But let me know what you think about that in the comments. The kicking leg Santa is $60. And then these are called ornaments. They're $13.99 each. And don't say that too fast because it sounds like something else. They've got Cthulhu, Zombie Santa, Classic Ghost, Christmas Skull, Gingerbread Woman, Toy Jack, and Fangs. And then down here they actually also have a body bag and a Christmas Story leg lamp. Bloody leg lamp. This giant Rudolph inflatable decoration is $180. And this seems to be what they're calling the stocking stuffer section. And there's a lot of stuff here that I would have loved to get as a kid, like these figures here. I really like these reaction action figures, but they're kind of pricey. Most of them are about $20 each. And I remember back in the day, back in the 80s, something like this would probably cost about $5, I think. I actually do already have a few of these. These are the world's smallest. They got like world's smallest light bright, world's smallest Rubik's Cube, etc. They're asking $8.99 each, and I think I found a bunch of those at a flea market once for less than $5 each. These are kind of neat. They're supposed to look like toys from the 50s or 60s. They're $5.99 a piece. And then they've also got toy soldiers, which were only $4.99. One of these. Here's the classic gift for when you have no idea what to get the person. You get them a lava lamp. And those are $39.99. And here's something I've never seen before. Christmas toilet paper. It's $5.99 though, which seems like Kmart Bridgehampton pricing. They also had a bunch of holiday pasta, which was $5.99 for only 12 ounces. And I think a pound of pasta, depending on the brand, is usually about half that or less. So not surprising they haven't sold a lot of that. And then they have some backpacks that are 25% off. They're $39.99 each before the 25% discount. Looks like they really want you to buy those lava lamps. And somehow I don't think they're going to sell out before Christmas. And they've got a few Halloween things mixed in here as well. Not as much as I was expecting though. And they've got some SpongeBob Chia Pets. I don't think I've ever grown a Chia Pet. I think I own one. It might be a Star Wars one that's somewhere in storage. But of course I never opened it because that would destroy its value. And it's probably worth about $3 at this point. This ET plush is $34.99. Sadly, this ET's batteries have died. Most of these pillows were $26.99, it looks like. And they also have a very small selection of dog costumes. They've also got this photo op here where you can stand in Santa's boots. I tried to get my mom to stand in there for a picture, but she wasn't having it. And there you have it. That is Spirit Christmas. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Do you think it's going to come back next year? Do you think it should come back next year? And do you think they should have more stores than just this initial 8? I'm not sure, honestly, but let me know what you think. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.